Welcome to Back Talk Teen. I'm Julia here with Devon and Jess, and we have a jam-packed show for you today. So there are a lot of big events coming up in the next couple days, such as the Grammys happening as we speak, and Valentine's Day is tomorrow, and also this month is National Teen Violence Awareness Month for relationships, and so those are all different topics of our show today. So who you just heard, that was Kalisz, one of our special musical guests, and we also have Hayley Reardon to perform later, and they're just here to get us ready for the Grammys. And so we've been watching the pre-show. There's a lot going on in the Grammys.
So Lady Gaga, in honor of her new song, arrived in an egg. She was literally in an egg, carried by people who were holding her up.
Like shirtless Greek guys.
Yeah.
She definitely beat the meat dress.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely
she's holding her reputation.
Yeah.
And it goes with her new single. Was it Born This Way?
Born This Way.
It's like born like
she's
an
in the
egg.
I love it.
Oh, don't even get me started with this song. That's the worst Lady Gaga song ever.
I love
I
Lady
agree.
Gaga.
I don't think it's good.
You think it's
don't.
good?
I
think
you
it's
don't.
so catchy. I was born this way.
It's catchy, but it's not a good song.
I love
it's just
it.
a huge rip-off of all Madonna songs.
I think the lyrics are very genuine and like.
The lyrics are good, but I heard she wrote it in 10 minutes, and it's like, I can tell she wrote it in 10 minutes.
Well,
But
no,
the other good thing is
MTV.
like people expect her to be this fake, crazy person because she always dresses in all these outrageous outfits and everything, but it just proves how real she is and that she's not like as wild as everyone seems. She's just has a funky side to her.
Well,
no.
MTV though, they were saying that it almost sounds like it's a mix of a bunch of Madonna songs like Vogue and Living on a
It does, but like some of the best
songs.
songs are remakes of old songs and just the way you
Yeah,
mix
but she
them
doesn't even
together.
acknowledge that it's a remake of a Madonna song. She's saying, this is my song. And also, like, it's so random. Her verses in that song sound exactly like TLC's Waterfalls way back in the 90s or something. So it's just a ripoff on all these really good songs. So I'm not a huge fan, but I will give you that it is catchy.
Well, her other
It's
song,
true.
Bad Romance, is up for a Grammy for the best pop vocal this year.
I
So-
think
now
she
that's
should
a good
win.
song.
That's
That's a good song,
catchy,
yeah.
and it's not a ripoff on someone else.
And her album, The Fame Monster, is also up for a lot of awards. So I really hope she wins because I love her.
I don't know. I think it's a big face-off between Lady Gaga and Katy Perry for who's going to be tonight's big winner.
Yeah, Teenage
Um,
Dream has gotten a lot of recognition too.
I personally, well, we have a jam-packed show for you today, and there's a lot going on. So we should also talk about our first guest who's coming up for the Start Strong initiative. We have a couple guests coming up, and we're gonna toss it back to Michael on the piano right now. We'll be right back.
I've dealt with my ghosts and I've faced all my demons. Finally content with the past I regret. I found you find strength in your moments of weakness. For once I'm at peace with myself. I've been burdened with blame, trapped in the past for too long. I'm moving on. I've lived in this place and I know all the faces. Each one is different, but they're always the same. They mean me no harm, but it's time that I face it. They'll never allow me to change. And I never dreamed home would end up where I don't belong. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. At last I can see life has been patiently waiting for me, and I know should, but I loved like I shouldn't. I had to lose everything to find out. Maybe forgiveness will find me somewhere down this road. I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
Thank you, Michael. We'll be back to talk to Michael later, but for now, we have some special guests on the show.
So, we have a jam-packed show for you today. There are a couple of big events, as you know, coming up about the Grammys. But before we talk about that, we're going to talk to some representatives from a company called Start Strong, which talks about teen dating violence and gets involved with that. So,
Which is especially
let's
good
talk to them.
it's Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. I
And
think we said.
Valentine's Day is
And
tomorrow.
Valentine's Day is tomorrow, right? So there should be a lot to talk about.
So, welcome to Back Talk. You guys go down.
So the Start Strong Initiative is a national initiative funded by the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, and we are one of 11
Yeah,
sites
they are,
across
but
the nation. So we focus on healthy relationship promotion as well as teen dating violence prevention. So we go out and we talk to middle school students about, you know, just healthy relationships, conflict resolution. And so Desiree can tell you a little bit more about what she does day to day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how did you get involved
What
with
is,
this initiative?
and also, what does it mean to be a peer leader for the company?
For me, being a peer leader is like being able to like get with the little kids, like the 11 to 14-year-olds, how we used to be, and like communicating with them. Because I know no 11 to 14-year-old is going to be able to talk to an adult like about relationships and boyfriends and girlfriends. So it's like it feels good to be like being able to be close with them. So that's what I think a peer leader is, and being able to like be their role model, and that's what we do. So like every week we go to community centers around Boston, and we talk to 11 to 14-year-olds on dating violence prevention and how a healthy relationship looks like. And all that.
That's great. Good
Yeah.
for you.
How did you personally become involved in this initiative, and how did you become a peer leader?
Well, I went through the Boston Youth Fund, and my mom told me about it. My mom's friend told me about Start Strong, and I never knew like what dating violence like really was. I never even heard of bad like healthy breakups or anything. So I was interested, so I signed up, and here I am.
And we've heard you have a nutrition label, which helps go through songs and figure out whether they're healthy or unhealthy relationships. So can you explain that to us in more depth and how you filter a song and decide which category it goes into?
Yeah.
Sure. So we came up with the idea because about 2 years ago, the Academy for American Pediatricians came out with a statement saying that music has an impact on health. Like there's definitely a correlation. So we started to think about what does it look like if people are more critical about what they consume. So you know how most people will read a nutrition label to see what they're consuming on a box of cereal.
Right.
So what does it mean for teens or even adults to kind of look at music and song lyrics and figure out what they mean? So basically what we do is we take away the lyrics, we take away the music, we just look at the lyrics, we read them, and just kind of analyze them for what we see. And so Desiree can tell you a little bit more of like the list that we created this year, but really it's stripping it down and really just reading the lyrics and seeing what are they saying.
That's really creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard because it's like songs that we visually like a lot and sing along to, and then when we look into it, it's like, oh my god, like this is what we're singing along to, but yet we're talking about don't degrade women, or you know. So like, Find Your Love by Drake, like I love that song until after we did the nutrition label. I was just like, wow, like he's like obsessive. Like we started looking through if it has to do with sex, disrespect, drama, obsessive. So yeah, but like it was cool. Like listen, we're not trying to say like don't listen to songs. Like,
Just be aware of it.
yeah, just be aware of like
are
what
some
you're
of
singing
your
along to.
healthy songs for 2011 or 2010?
I think, well, I don't know.
Remember, it was like
the-
Just the Way You Are.
Yeah, I love
Right.
that song.
That's
Oh,
such
yeah.
a good song. I do
and
that was a healthy
Teenage
song.
Dream, Katy Perry.
That's
That was
great
a
song,
healthy
too.
one.
And then what were some of your top unhealthy relationship songs?
Trey Songz, Say Ah, Hot Toddy by Usher, Asher Morton Music.
Those are all
Rick
really
Ross.
popular songs, too.
Yeah.
I didn't really realize it.
I remember hearing actually that like Justin Bieber, his song "Eeny Meeny" was one of the unhealthy songs, which we actually were
Yeah,
talking
I
about
was
this earlier.
confused. How could
It's like
Justin
such a
Bieber
happy
song-
sounding song, and it's just like
Yeah,
I
like,
never really listened to the lyrics, so the
Yeah.
lyrics are actually unhealthy for relationships?
yeah. Well, it like we think it plays a part because you know, like that's what we listen to. So some people act like how the song is.
Yeah, it definitely persuades people.
Yeah.
So with Valentine's Day coming up, how do you think that affects teens?
I think, I don't know, like everyone loves Valentine's Day, you know, loves getting their teddy bears and chocolates and everything, but I mean, Valentine's is Valentine's.
What gifts do you guys like suggest for teens to give out
to boys or to give to
Yeah.
girls if you're in a relationship?
It depends on how long they've been together, and like communication. If you've been together for a week, I don't think a diamond ring is a good. I mean, it's a great gift, but for a week, it's kind of scary. So it just depends on how long you've been together and like what you guys agree on. So
do you think that this holiday adds more stress on a relationship, or do you think it's like a healthy part of a good relationship?
I think it really depends on like how people are communicating around the holiday. So I think some people are very stressed out because they don't know if their partner is going to get them a gift, and so they're like, should I get them a gift? And then the other thing we say with like Facebook and Twitter and just like everything being so visible at schools, it can be really stressful.
It's all very public.
Yeah.
It's very
Social
public, and
media.
people are wondering, what's your boyfriend going to get you? What's your girlfriend going to get you? You know, but it doesn't necessarily have to be, as long as the two people are communicating with each other.
Yes, that's
and
the best way to handle it.
You know, so they kind of know what gifts they're getting or where they're going. Like, that's really what's important about this holiday.
And on the other hand, what about people who aren't in a relationship? Like, how do you think it makes them feel and affects the other half, the other side of it?
I would be like, I'm not a Valentine's Day person, and like, I don't know, like maybe for someone that's single, might just be like, oh, I want to give two, but it's like
You just hang out with your friends too, like in that movie Valentine's Day.
That's what I was going to say.
would
Like,
do that.
Yeah, just hang out with friends. You know,
just have an anti-Valentine's Day party. That's fine.
yeah, like in the movie.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Hollywood and the media, what do you think is a good example of a healthy relationship in Hollywood right now? Like, I know there's Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez. And, like, we all know the unhealthy relationships.
Chris
like,
Brown and Rihanna.
Like Rihanna and
Jersey
Ronnie and
Shore.
Sam from Jersey Shore. So, what do you think? Who do you think has a healthy relationship in the media right now?
So actually, you know what? From Teen Mom 1, Kaylin and Tyler, I really, really liked their relationship. They just had a positive one, and even though they gave up their child for adoption, they were always communicating around it. You know, they were supporting each other as they're trying to finish high school. So I remember just watching the show being really impressed by their relationship, because even a lot of adults don't get it, and they don't get how to support each other through a conflict or like a hard time, and they totally got it.
Yeah, and I remember on Teen Mom 1, there was the whole incident with one of the moms like punched her her baby's father or something.
Oh, yeah.
Did you address that problem with your with Start Strong, or what would you think of that?
Yeah, we definitely looked over that episode. It was horrible, like,
Yeah.
because mostly people think